Kacia from CoconutRobot.com, and today I have another ScanNCut project for you guys. The tutorial that we're going to do today is this fun little toddler dress. All I did was I took a t-shirt from my daughter and used that as a pattern template to create this kind of twirly skirt with a fun exposed zipper. And then taking that pattern, I simply resized it and made a matching dress for her doll. This is Charlie, and it's a standard 18-inch doll. I just resized the pattern that I created for Harlow, changed it up a little bit by putting a tie in the back, and I'm going to show you how I did all of that using my ScanNCut. So let's go ahead and get started. What we're going to do to create the bodice of our toddler dress here is to take a piece of cardstock and a marker and a shirt that fits to your liking. So I'm just going to go ahead and I've just folded the shirt in half, kind of just connect the dots. So I'm just going to create some dots here. So we're going to keep that how it is, and then this is the back of my shirt, and I'm actually going to do the back and the front the same and just a little bit lower, since it'll be kind of a sundress here, so we'll do that dot. And now I'm just going to connect these dots. Okay, so I have my half of my bodice scanned in. I'm just going to go ahead and choose my outermost option to grab the outline of my bodice, and we'll go ahead and save that. We're going to go ahead and make our modifications. So let's go ahead and pull it up, and there's our bodice. You can move it around here. And the first thing that we want to do is add our seam allowance. So these are going to be our two back pieces. So I'm going to save that side. And if you wanted to, if you want to cut it out in a mirror image, if you're not using a solid fabric piece, if you have one that has a pattern on it, you could mirror it if you'd like, and then save that for the other side of your back. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove my seam allowance, and I'm going to add two of these. So now, or excuse me, add one, so I have two. I'm now going to mirror that second one. And I am just going to cross them ever so slightly. And line them up using my nudge tool as much as I can. And when you have that center seam just slightly overlapped, now we can go ahead and select both pieces and weld them together. So now, as you can see, we have one full front bodice piece for our dress. And I just want to add a seam allowance to that. Okay, so now we have our front pieces and our front piece and our back pieces. And we have those saved and ready to go. So now we're going to go ahead and resize our bodice pieces for our 18-inch doll. So I've measured a shirt that fits my existing doll, or if you already have an 18-inch doll pattern, you can use that width. And I want, after seam allowances, 5.5 inches wide. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my front bodice piece. I'm going to remove my seam allowance. And then I'm going to bring, and just keeping all of my aspect ratio correct, I'm going to bring that down to just over 5.5. I'm going to do 5.65 here, just so I have a little bit of extra space, and then add in my seam allowance. Okay, go ahead and save that. And now I'm going to pull up my back piece I saved. So if our front bodice was 5.65 wide, then remember the ScanNCut's going to add in that center seam allowance for us, so we don't need to worry about calculating that in. So we're just looking at our final dimensions. So 5.65, half that, so we have 2.82 wide. We'll do 8.3 there, and then add our seam allowance back in. And now we'll save that one. So now I'm going to go ahead and prep my quilting cotton fabric to be cut for the top bodice of this dress. If you need to watch a video on a tutorial on cutting out fabric without any type of fusible backing, the link is showing up on the video right now for you to watch that.